Western Conference Finals history, and the Spurs are in it. Welcome into Spurs post-game wrap, everybody. My name is Jacob Toby. The first time this postseason that this team, this young team led by Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, and the rest of the company had a chance to be sent home. They were facing elimination, and they come in and absolutely blow the doors off of the Oklahoma City Thunder, who saw the return of J-Dub, Jalen Williams, their all-star, who came back from the hamstring injury, missing pretty much every single game since game one, played about 7 minutes in game two. They had their all-star back. He came off the bench. It just did not matter. A 20-0 run in that third quarter, propelling San Antonio to this massive win. Again, the largest postseason win in franchise history when facing elimination. Victor Wembanyama, a lot of talk about the big fella coming into this game. He delivered. He delivered, no doubt about it. Victor, 28 points, 10 rebounds, was 10 of 21 from the field. Started off shooting 3 balls, 4 of 9 from 3 in this game. How about that? Castle was dishing that thing all night long as well. Steph had 9 assists, a lot of them to three-point shooters. Victor going inside as well, completely dominating the Thunder against Jalen Williams there. Gets the kind bounce. And it was all about Victor tonight. Had a couple steals, had 3 blocks. He brought it. 28 points, 10 rebounds. I mentioned the steals and the blocks. He is the 5th player ever to produce 350 points, 150 rebounds in his first postseason. And yeah, he dominated this game, folks. So much talk about Victor Wembanyama after last game. The lack of intensity going inside the post. Did not show up for the post-game media session. And we'll hear from Victor coming up in a little bit in this game. His team surviving and advancing to force a Game 7. The Spurs are 4-7 all-time in Game 7s. They've actually lost 3 of their last 4, but that's the last time that I will mention that negative stat because this is a new team. This is a new era in Spurs history. And it was a quite remarkable night here inside of the Frostbank Center. The three-point shooting, spectacular in this game. You knew when the Spurs started hitting threes, oh boy, it was going to be over. That was not the case in Oklahoma City for Game 5. It was the case here. 15 of 41 from 3, 37%. This team hitting all around the three-point arc. And I mentioned this before, the three-point number. When the Spurs hit threes, when they outdo their opponent in the fast break points, which they did tonight, 18-10, and when Victor dominates the game, they're tough to beat. They've only lost 2 straight games once since January 11th and January 13th. That was in this series, but they bounced back, and they were not going to lose their 2nd straight game for the 2nd time in this series once again. So they fend off the defending champs. They force a Game 7. Mitch Johnson, the head coach of your San Antonio Spurs, at the podium right now.
Mitch, what was the biggest difference you saw tonight in Wemby from game 5 tonight?
I would say his overall activity, and that probably, from my perspective, was just from his will and intent on leaving his imprints on the game.
And with Dylan, how close was he? I know he's still hurting, but how close was he to having his typical kind of performance tonight?
When he switched on mentally and aggressive, he's pretty damn good. He's got all the talent in the world, makeup to do whatever he wants, so he is capable of those nights when he's in the right place between the ears. Well, he's a 20-year-old kid in the conference finals playing against the defending champ, so he's not 100% healthy, and he's doing a hell of a job. So I'd say it's probably strained mentally, emotionally, and physically.
You mentioned the word will when it came to Vic. I'm not sure if you've seen anything different from him, but what have you learned about him during this run and his focus on ultimately the end goal?
Just a desire to meet the moment. He's not always perfect, and we got to help him at times. Obviously, he's 22 years old, but his passion and desire for being right where he is and at the forefront of it all, and to take the responsibility and the role and the burden of what he does, I don't know what else to say. He is comfortable with that, regardless of the outcome and what that may look like. And I think that's maybe his biggest growth this year, of not waiting for it to be perfect or necessarily to know what to do all the time, but attack the moment and have the right approach and live with the results.
Coach, what did you see from Carter Bryant defensively tonight, and what can you say about his intensity overall and how much he likes to be coached hard?
Yeah, Carter, there's much to do with what happened a couple games ago, I know, and the visual of it. Carter has been as coachable as anybody. At times he probably is trying to do the right thing too much, and I think that's where at times the urgency and the competitiveness of myself comes out, because I just want that kid to play fast and aggressive. He has as good of raw instincts, and when he plays free and allows his instincts to follow his athleticism and aggressiveness, good things happen. And when he can be disciplined a little bit on top of it, it's fun to watch.
Hey, Mitch, over to your right. I know oftentimes players say they try to approach each game the same way, but with the weight of Game 7 as their coach, how will you help them kind of balance those emotions and their presence of being where their feet are going into Game 7?
Like we have all year. I know there'll be a lot of added attention, a lot of eyes watching. It'll be a hostile environment, but we've been saying this for a long time. We've had a lot of firsts. This one will be a little bit more important or higher stakes than all the others. That's the goal, as you keep playing and the season gets longer.
Coach, this Saturday in OKC, it's do or die for you guys. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about Game 7?
Tonight was do or die, and I think a lot of fans are going to be happy. They say it's the best line in sports, I believe. So we'll be prepared, take the next 40 hours or whatever it may be to try to get ready, get organized, and get ready to go into a hostile environment against the defending champs in the Western Conference Finals, for a team that's done it multiple times and knows exactly what they're going to, what it takes. And I would expect to get their best punch. We're going to go in with our eyes wide open and expecting nothing less.
Thank you.
Cool.
A do-or-die moment for Mitch Johnson's squad, and they come through in a big way. 118-91, the final score. Take a look at the final numbers. The Spurs shooting the lights out of the gym. 25 free throw attempts compared to just 12 for Oklahoma City Thunder. The field goal percentage, the threes, I mean, just not good. And finally, the bench outscoring Oklahoma City's. That's been a big topic of discussion in this series. I mentioned that 20-0 run in the third quarter, part of a 32-13 outscoring effort by San Antonio in that third quarter to really blow this thing open, get the job done. We saw some big plays from everybody down the stretch. I go to Devin Vassell and his big-time block on Chet Holmgren, and then had something to go and say to him right after. I thought that really was the momentum changer in this game. But the Spurs obviously started this game off tremendously from both the three-point arc, and Victor just kind of setting the tone and doing everything for the five starters in double figures. I mentioned the bench score, I mentioned the fast break scoring, and holding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to under 20 points. The two-time league MVP, back-to-back MVP, just 15 points, 6 of 18 from the field. They made him shoot 5 threes. That is not Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's game. He's not a three-point shooter necessarily. He can make them at times, but in 28 minutes tonight, he was not effective. All the role players pretty much for the Thunder rendered useless in this game by that San Antonio defense, which has been top 3 all season long. And the Spurs force a Game 7. Talk about the struggles of the Oklahoma City bench. Wasn't a struggle for the rookie, Dylan Harper, who continues to make waves as one of the best young players in the NBA. D. Harp off the bench, 18 points, the second highest scorer for the Spurs. An efficient night for Harper, 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 6 big rebounds, 4 assists as well for Dylan Harper. Mid-range, money over everybody. Stop and pop for 3 at the top of the key. Yes, sir. We know he can mix it up. And D. Harp did just that. He's the 5th rookie to have 200 points, 7 70 rebounds, and 40 assists in a postseason. Manu Ginobili on that list. Most playoff points, speaking of Manu Ginobili, in franchise rookie history. Big Dave, Manu, Dylan Harper with more postseason points as a rookie than the great Tim Duncan. Let that sit in. 223 to 186. So everybody contributing in this game. Carter Bryant coming in, the other rookie of this draft class, coming in with a big dunk, making some big plays on defense as well. The shooting from everybody in the starting lineup for the Spurs. Really the only guy that struggled shooting was De'Aaron Fox, but he still had 7 assists, so he created for his teammates, and the defense just spectacular. Once again, I mentioned Victor Wembanyama, his superb night. A rebound effort from Wemby. Here he is at the podium.